Welcome back to your End Zone MCs. Week 15 already, man. Christ, we got the playoff picture setting in motion already. We got some top teams making statements right now and some standings going by. So it's your boy Young and You and Hamilton James
What
back at
up?
it again. So we're here to talk about the Cowboys at the top of the NFC East. Eagles lost 3 in a row, lost a Monday night at Seattle, which is a very tough loss. I know the Eagles are going through that stomach bug in the locker room too. And it looks like the Eagles are in a rough spot, might be in trouble with their playoff hopes, if anything. Ham, you got anything to take away for that?
Eagles are definitely in trouble. I try to hold out because I'm not. I know football people like to do week to week, and they lost one game. Oh my God, are they? After the second loss, I told myself like, okay, this is a big game. They know what's on the line. They're gonna come out and go strong. If not, then we're gonna learn a lot about the Eagles. Well, we learned a lot about the Eagles. Their defense is trash. Gave up 17 points in the second half. Defense is trash. The offense isn't what it was last year. Quite frankly, none of it is what it was last year. So I'm thinking they lost their defensive coordinator. They lost their offensive coordinator. I think it's really starting to show. They got Matt Patricia right now calling defensive plays, and you saw what happened on Monday night. And when you lose a game like that on national TV in the worst way, that's just not a really good sign. Like that to me it's not just that they lost, it's how they lost. And a lot of teams really don't. A lot of NFL teams don't repeat for that reason. It's hard to repeat in the NFL. I don't think the Eagles are going to make it back to the Super Bowl. Obviously, they'll make it to the playoffs, but as of right now, they're looking like a first-round exit.
Yeah, no, I totally can see that, especially with Jalen Hurts looking as banged up as he is right now. I feel like he's not healthy.
He's not as mobile as he was last year. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like they're going to have a lot of trouble moving the ball going forward. Yeah, not looking good on the Eagles side. Very, very drastic change right there in a negative way.
That was a must-win game for both the Seahawks and the Eagles. And I thought the Eagles were gonna win that game, man. Even with 2 minutes left on the clock, I'm like the Eagles defense got to show up, but they got burnt in the worst way. I mean, DK Metcalf made a couple ballsy catches, but that one in the corner, oh my God, on 2 defenders, bro. That's
True luck.
Got
that comeback arc going, man.
He has his villain arc right now where he's disrupting the natural flow of the NFL. But I love it. I love to see guys like that with a chip on their shoulder. And oh my God, just a couple ballsy throws and a couple ballsy catches on Monday. So the game overall, I would say was all right, and then the last 2 minutes just made it spectacular and thrilling. So bad loss for the Eagles. Dallas Cowboys are now number 1 because of that, or at least number 1 in the NFC East. It remains to be seen, but I don't think any of those teams can go up against the 49ers. So man.
Yeah, and then the Cowboys are at Miami this weekend, so that's another must-win game for both teams, man. That's one I'm gonna try to tune in to watch for sure.
Cowboys suck at home. I mean, at home. Cowboys suck on the road. I don't know why. I don't know why they suck on the road. Their game does not travel with them. Dak looks pedestrian when he plays on the road. They neutralized. Buffalo Bills neutralized Micah Parsons. He didn't do anything on
They
Sunday.
Just run it right up the gut, eliminated their edge rushers.
Just ran the ball. My man's remind me of his name. Last starts with a C.
James Cook.
Cook, yeah. Ran the ball like he was playing Madden. 200-something yards, scrimmage yards. Y'all let him the crazy thing about the run is it's coming and you couldn't stop it. I think Dallas's defense got greatly exposed. I don't think they're the elite defense that we think they are. I think they're very opportunistic. I think that when they're at home, they play a little bit better, but on the road, their game doesn't travel. And they just got greatly exposed. Dan Quinn, I think he's a good coach. He got out-coached. They ran the ball like sometimes. I mean, the whole game down there, they ran the ball. It kind of reminds me of a couple of years ago when the Buffalo Bills went up against the Patriots, and it was like snowing that day or something, and the Patriots just ran the ball like 50 million times and beat the Bills.
I remember that. That was with Jamie Harris at running back.
You know what I'm saying? So just very disappointing that they couldn't stop the run. Very disappointing that the offense didn't show up, and you had guys like DeMarcus Lawrence last week talking about we gonna knock him down and knock him down again.
Yep.
And they got knocked down. So it was pretty embarrassing. All that talk, and it just reminds you about the Cowboys, man. Just all talk. We got to remember that these dudes have benefited off of a weak schedule, for a few years now. And yeah, it was a bad loss. You didn't show up. The Buffalo Bills played desperate. They played like their season was on the line, and it showed. Josh Allen was a game manager. Only threw the ball like 7 times or something like that, but still got the W. And that's what it's about at the end of the day, just finding ways to win, finding ways to be successful. And just very disappointing. I also feel like this really hurt Dak Prescott's MVP chances, sadly. The way they rank things and rate things in NFL, it being week to week, definitely hurt. And we're going to see what the Cowboys are made of on the road against Miami. Both team, again, another must-win game for both teams. Miami's trying to keep that lead in the AFC East. So we're going to see, man. We're going to see what these teams are made of. But I feel like Miami also has been like Dallas, where they haven't really played nobody. And when they have played somebody, they got ran up on. So we're going to see what these two teams are about come this weekend.
Yeah, I agree, man. And I was gonna say, I was thinking, like, ever since the game they played, the Thursday night game home against Seattle, when they had each had 30 points, it's like that was the game. I was like, whoa, okay, this defense ain't looking too great. So ever since then, and then obviously the Bills game we just talked about is they can't really stop the run, dude. Like the pass,
they can't stop the run.
Yeah,
they're
too small.
I feel like Dallas is low key too small. Like when they come up against a physical team or a bigger team like the Ravens, like the 49ers, I think they're like the Bills, they're gonna get ran through. You know what I'm saying? They gotta fix them too. Dolphins run the ball, and they run the ball very well. So we're gonna see what this Dallas defense is made of.
Yeah, and it really hurts them. I will give them this. It really hurts them losing Leighton Vander Esch, middle linebacker. But yeah, and then Trayvon Diggs. But it's definitely a shaky situation there. Needs to be fixed in due time. They need to take advantage of them being at the top at the number 2 seed in the NFC. So we'll see how that goes. The rest of their schedule is kind of iffy as far as strength. But yeah, that's going to be another interesting one to keep your eye on for sure. Speaking of which, the Bills still technically have a chance to make the playoffs. Remember, we were earlier in the season that we thought they were cooked. Now they're looking like they're still alive in the AFC.
Shout out to your boy Jack, who was on with us last week, because he was vouching for the Bills, and we were looking at him like, bro, you crazy. But no, he was not crazy. Josh Allen is finding ways to win. The Buffalo Bills are finding ways to win. Finding ways to be successful, whether it's running the ball, whether it's throwing it. Defense is showing up. It's like, where has this Buffalo been? It was almost like they kind of got lazy. They're like, oh, we have time. And they realized they were running out of time, and they were procrastinating, and they finally woke up. If this Buffalo Bills shows up to the party, then the whole party's about to get wrecked. Quite frankly, I think, I thought Josh Allen, I was starting to hop on that. Is he overweighted bandwagon? Because the turnovers, you know what I'm saying? I just, if you can't be an elite quarterback, quote unquote, and have that many turnovers or lead the league in turnovers, in my opinion. So I was really feeling, and then given the lack of success, and then you hear about the team imploding from within, them getting rid of their offensive coordinator. I just thought that this was the beginning of the end for the Bills. But kudos to them. They've been able to keep fighting. Their playoff chances are still alive. I think they're like the 9th seed right now or something like that. So they're
something
not
like that. They're like a few teams out.
Yeah, like a couple teams back. They're not far at all. We're gonna see what happens, man. Maybe I think it's gonna have to come down to the final finish. I think they're gonna have to win out.
Yeah, and I think they lost 6 starters on defense too.
Their defense has been So their defense, they lost. You're right. They lost a lot of people on their defense. So that was a big reason why they were struggling. And kudos to the guys that got right now. They're finding ways to win.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it's going to be really interesting to see how that Madden curse will treat Josh Allen. Huh? So yeah, Bills. That's an interesting one, man. That's been a roller coaster all year. I honestly thought they'd be better than this year than so far that they are right now. But yeah, we'll see how Allen carries the team and picks them up the rest of the year. Speaking of teams that are still alive, the Los Angeles Rams, huh? Not bad. What, they're 7-7?
7-7,
Sir,
500.
they're in the seventh seed right now.
7 seed, man. Man. I owe a few people apologies. Coach McVay, I was talking crazy. I'm sorry.
Matthew Stafford, I'm sorry.
Matthew Stafford, I was talking crazy. I'm sorry.
No, but it's good to see the Rams play good, man. It looks
Aaron
like
Donald.
they're still hungry, yeah.
Aaron Donald, the great AD, the champion AD.
9-9.
I'm sorry. Because you see, sometimes fans like me, we react on emotion and not logic. And the logic is that there was plenty of time left in the season to get the ship right. I was just very concerned because I was looking around at the NFC and I wanted to make sure that we stayed consistent with everybody. Well, we are consistent, baby. I mean, let's talk about it. The Rams could easily be 10-4 right now. We could be 11-3 right now. I'm thinking about that Steelers game. I'm thinking about that Bengals game. A couple of games we just choked off, quite frankly, just choked off. We could easily be about 10-4 right now. So I'm going to tell the city of LA to breathe. We're gonna do it together, bro. Don't worry, we're gonna make the playoffs. And once we get into that playoff, baby, it don't matter if we the 7th seed, don't matter if we just it do matter if we the 7th seed, because I ain't trying to go to San Francisco. So as long as we the 6th seed, because we're not gonna be 5th, it's that's going to either at this point, Dallas or Philly. So we can get into that 6th seed spot. I like our chances, man. I like our chances.
So right now, if the season were in today, you guys would be at Dallas. What are your thoughts on that? If you guys would play at Dallas,
we wouldn't be at San Francisco.
No, because
I'm tripping. They got the bye. Yeah. We would be at Dallas.
Yep.
Ooh, I like my chances. What?
I like that matchup for you guys, actually.
I like my chances. You know why? Because we all whether they home or away, when it comes to January, we can run the ball. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, okay. For sure. From an actual X's and O standpoint, we can run the ball. We have offensive weapons, and I don't trust outside of Stephon Gilmore. I don't trust any of their secondary. I don't trust their corners to make a play. I don't. They don't have Diggs. I know they got that one guy. I forgot his name. Bland. He's been balling. Don't get me wrong, but
he hasn't been great lately.
He hasn't been great lately. One, but two, I'm gonna go to the mental aspect now. These guys, they can't get it done in January. They choke. They notoriously choke in January. And yeah, last year they ran up on old man Brady and a Buccaneers team that was just lucky to even get there. But what happens when they run up on some big dogs? What happens when AD is showing Michael Parsons how the job is done? What happens when Matt Stafford is linking up with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua? You know what I'm saying? What happens when we running the ball down their throats? Man, look. The Rams are a very physical team. Dallas is not physical. I will take that matchup because when the pressure sets in and the expectations are for Dallas to win that wild card game, that's where they gonna fail. So you know what? And when you the Rams and mark my words, if we make the playoffs and we end up beating Dallas, we win in the Super Bowl. And you know why? I know it's crazy, but you know why? Because stuff like that sparks something in you. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you could beat a Dallas team. You feel like you could beat anybody. I swear, man. On the road, beat Dallas, shut them up at home. Oh, that's going to do something to the Rams' confidence. By the way, we already have championship pedigree.
It's true. Yeah. Stafford has,
Stafford, Kupp, AD, we have Coach McVay. We have championship pedigree, so we understand we understand the importance of the moment, and we understand how to win. So I know I was talking crazy a few weeks ago, and rightfully so, because it was looking bad. I mean, 3-game losers, it was bad. But just remember, the Rams went on a 3-game or 4-game losing streak the same year we won the championship.
I forgot about that.
Most people did. Not me, baby. So I know I was concerned, but now I'm looking and I'm looking at the light. I'm feeling good. I've been sipping my Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The Rams, baby. Do not sleep on the Rams.